Hi, welcome to another episode of Mr. Marty. It's Sunday morning, getting kind of a late start here, but I'm at another great coffee house called the Raw Bean. I just wanted to show you guys some of the decor there. There's the Raw Bean logo, and we'll just turn around here, and there's another one. And let me see another. I'll just show this to you like this. So anyways, so I want to talk about today. Oh my goodness, let me get this thing situated here. And so, oh, and by the way, Mr. Marty has his pink raw bean coffee mug that I'm going to be using. So, anyways, so one of the things I wanted to kind of talk about, I call these things Existential Sundays, in which basically on Sunday mornings, I like to talk about existential topics, life, death, God, things of this nature. And so, essentially, one of the things I want to just talk about, I had, when I went up to Ogden and I was chatting with Rachel there, the director of Bright Horizons, and one of the things I was telling her about is that I try to live a life that I call an attitude of gratitude. I mean, I don't know, I saw that on a bumper sticker at one point or something, and it's stuck. I thought, wow, that exactly an attitude of gratitude in which you basically live your life in such a way where you are grateful, and you're grateful for everything that you've gotten. And honestly, I feel so grateful to be starting my new job as an infant teacher on Tuesday. I'm so looking forward to that, and I'm just grateful for everything that I've gotten, and and I hope you guys never get tired of hearing me talk about positive things, because there's so much negative stuff in the world, and that's why I want to use my YouTube channel as a way of promoting positivity, and I hope you never get tired of hearing it. But hey, going back to that glass of water, you can either see it as half full or you can see it as half empty. It's really kind of a choice. And I remember a guy I used to work with years ago back in Phoenix, and his name was Dave, and Dave was just very negative, and like many people, he let me pull my chair up here, like many people, Dave he did not save for retirement. He had some issues. I think he was like 65 or 66 or something. He was still working for our company, and he was bitter. He was bitter, and all he could see of, he used to say, I'm 65 years old. I don't have anything to my name, and I don't have retirement. I don't have savings, and it was just just a constant stream of negativity, and I would try to point out. I remember one time there was a gentleman in a wheelchair who was a double amputee. He had no legs below his knees, and he was in a wheelchair. And I said, Dave, you have full use of your limbs. You have full use of your body. You should be grateful for that. And look at this guy over here. He's a double amputee. He has to get around in a wheelchair, and it's very difficult for him. His life is much more difficult than yours, and yet Dave was so fixated upon the negative. He was so kind of entrenched in this negativity. He couldn't really see past his own, to really look at that other guy. And of course, as a consequence to that, Dave was not very loving. He wasn't very considerate of his coworkers. One time we needed him to work late. We had an event going on. We were all going to stay till about 1 or 2 a.m. and Dave was scheduled to get off at 10. And he just said, well, I'm getting off at 10. And we said, but we need you. If you don't stay, we're going to have double the workload. We really need you here. And his attitude, which was not an attitude of gratitude, but an attitude of bitterness, was just like, no, I'm going home, and I couldn't care less, what happens to you guys. And we were his coworkers. We were people who had known him for years. And so I always kind of think of Dave when I think of this philosophy, attitude of gratitude. And again, it is so easy to get caught up in the problems that we're having or whatnot, and then just like focus on them. But there's so much good in the world. There's so many great positive things, and a lot of that is you. You know, when I was in, I hate to keep bringing up Bright Horizons, or hate to keep coming back to that infant room, because I just love the infant room. I was thinking about that. I thought, you as a person, you could go into an infant room and you could either see, lots of negative things, or you could really see lots of positive things. You could walk into an infant room and you could say, the babies are crying, and, I smell something, they're poopy and they need changing, and, there's, the mom and dad are nitpicky, or you could easily in any situation, and again, going back to an infant room, you could easily pick out negative things. Or you could go in there and you could go, wow, look at all these babies, they're awesome, one needs changing, one needs feeding, one needs this, one needs that, and they need love, and they need comfort, and they need understanding, and so you can see that glass as either half full, or you can see that glass as half empty. That choice is all up to you. Personally, I think it's pretty easy to go into an infant room and see the glass is half full, just kind of brimming over with positivity and happiness, and smiley, giggly babies, and they might be crying, or they might need feeding, and they might need changing, or whatever. But that's easily remedied. And again, I just think, and this is just where I come from, and I guess that's why I make these videos, because I want to try to urge you to kind of come to the same place that I have. And it's been a very long journey. Just so you know, and I'm just going to kind of confess here, I'm just going to kind of be as honest as I can. I had a horrific childhood. Horrific. I mean, it's hard to even talk about my childhood without tearing up. I watched my mother almost beat my younger brother to death one time, and she was worried that she had crossed the line and that Chris was going to pass away from her beating. It was one of the most vivid memories I have from my childhood, and I had a lot of, myself and my siblings, we endured unbelievable abuse. Hunger, I knew hunger. I came home one day, I was probably 15 years old. We had no food in the house, nothing, and we were looking at going hungry. And so, I had all kinds of things in my childhood, and it would be so easy to focus on those negative things. But in fact, there's nothing I can do about what's happened in the past. I can absolutely change nothing about the home that I was raised in and things of this nature. The only thing I can do is get up every morning and make a conscious choice to see the good in the world, to see the beauty in the world, and then and to try to contribute. In one of my favorite films, Dead Poets Society, Robin Williams says, figure out what you're good at, figure out what you want to do. A powerful play is going on, meaning life, and that you can contribute a verse. You can contribute something to this powerful play that is taking place all around you. And I want to contribute to that verse. And what will be your verse? What will be my verse? I want my verse to be positive. When I go to work every day, and I go to work in that infant room, I want it to be a positive experience. I want to encourage my coworkers. I want to say, hey, we might be having a challenge here or a challenge there, but we can overcome that challenge. We can just up the positive love level, and just and sometimes like in my former job, someone would say, well, about a coworker, oh, well, so and so is this, and and they're just nitpicky and kind of negative, and I would say, hey, maybe they just need a little bit more attention. Maybe they just need a little bit more training. Maybe they need a little bit more love. Maybe they need to be valued for who they are. And maybe when they come to work, they need someone to say, hey, I'm so glad you're here. How can I help you? And how can I help you to do absolutely the very best job you can? And that's kind of where I come from. That no problem is insurmountable. That with enough positivity, with enough love, you can overcome that. And that's what I'm looking forward to doing at Bright Horizons. I'm looking forward to going in there, and again, like Robin Williams says, a powerful play is going on, and that you may contribute a verse. And that verse that I want to contribute, my contribution, I want to be one of positivity. I want to build people up. I don't want to tear down. I want to build them up. And we should all want that. So, I don't mean to go on and on, but I just want to share the things that I've learned in my life that have assisted me. And I got to tell you, folks, you can be like the coworker that I had mentioned, Dave, where we were always trying to get him to be more positive, but he was just kind of stuck in this kind of negative, woe is me thing. You can be that. You can focus on the negative. You can sit at home and watch TV all day, and it's nothing but bad news. It's nothing but bad news of people doing horrific things to one another, and then other people talking about those horrific things. Nothing good comes from that. Nothing good comes from that. So I would just urge you, turn off the TV. Stay away from negative people if you can't try to reach them and can't try to, and if they just want to be stuck in that kind of, stay away from them and just focus on the positive and build up others around you, whether it's a spouse, a coworker, your children, your grandchildren, whoever it is. Lift them up and bring them up and tell them how precious they are. Tell them how wonderful they are, because they are. They are. We're here in this life, and we don't know how long we have. But once we're here, and we're here in the moment, use that time that you've been given to build up, to create. And again, I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. And I hope you come back to these videos and say, hey, I need another dose of positivity. So I'm going to go on Mr. Marty's YouTube channel and watch a video when he talks about what's going on and what's great about the world. And there's wonderful things that are going on in the world. And you just have to look for those things, and you have to see those things. So I'm gonna title this episode of Mr. Marty. I'm gonna title it "An Attitude of Gratitude," because that's what I have. I am grateful for everything. I'm grateful that Bright Horizons took me in with no training. I have no training. I have no experience. I'm going to have to learn everything on this job. But I want to learn. I want to be the best infant teacher that I can possibly be. And so I'm grateful to that. I'm grateful to be sitting here. I'm grateful to have a pink coffee mug. I'm grateful to be right here at the Raw Bean, and I'm having a wonderful cup of coffee, and it's a beautiful morning on a Sunday morning, and I'm grateful for everything that I've been given. Now, we can get into, again, it's Existential Sunday, it's what I call it. We can get into a discussion. Has God provided me all these things? Has the universe provided me? I have no idea. I have a lot more questions than I ever have answers. And I'm going to come back to Rene Descartes. In fact, I think that'll be my next video. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. I just keep coming back to Rene Descartes. It's like, hey, I'm here. I know I'm here. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. And while I'm here, and I don't know how long I have. Maybe I only have today. I don't know. Maybe I'm never going to get that opportunity to go into Bright Horizons on Tuesday. I don't know. I hope so. Mr. Marty hopes so. But we don't know how much time we have. But the time we have right now, let's live an attitude of gratitude, and let's try to make this world and make those around us the best that they can possibly be. And when your coworker, when your family, when they fall down, pick them back up and say, hey, we can do it. We can do it. We can press on to the goal, and we can make this a better world, a better workplace. We can make a difference. You have the opportunity to make a difference in this world right now by living an attitude of gratitude. that's all for today, folks. All for Existential Sunday. Just another episode of Mr. Marty, sitting here with my pink coffee mug at the Raw Bean. Listen, you folks have an awesome day. We'll chat with you later. Bye.